one question that comes to your mind with IELTS. Where do I begin?
This channel is what studying abroad dreams are made of. Do subscribe and hit the bell icon.
Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Ilyas and I'm here today at iSchool Connect to talk about, or rather, I would say to help you with one question that comes to your mind with IELTS. Where do I begin? Or how do I begin for that matter? So, you need to understand that there are a few questions that we need to ask ourselves when it comes to taking the IELTS test. So, first thing that comes to mind is what is the purpose of taking the IELTS test? Why do you want to take the test? So, the purpose could be you want to study abroad for immigration purposes, for moving to another country, because that will determine, the purpose rather, will determine what kind of test that are you going to take. So if it is an academic test or it's the general IELTS test. So let's take an example. You want to study abroad. You want to go to Canada and you want to study in a university there. So you will ask the university and they will tell you that they accept the IELTS academic test. Now, once you've determined what kind of test, which is the academic test and the general test, what kind of test you need to take, you need to ask or you need to be sure of what is the minimum score requirement. So it will differ from university to university. So again, we will take an example. You talk to the institution you want to apply at, and they say you need a band 6 to be able to apply at the university. So now you know you need to take the IELTS academic test and it needs to be a minimum of band 6. Now you know what you need. Now you need to determine what your target is. Now you will say, yeah, I need a 6 and my target is 6. Not really. Keep your target, or always keep your target a little higher, because we are humans at the end of the day. We can make a mistake. So you should give yourself that scope of making a few mistakes, but still not losing out on getting your desired band score in your first attempt itself. So if I keep my target as 6 and I go and take the test, and maybe there are a few mistakes that I made which were unexpected, lapse of concentration, maybe whatever reason, and I end up getting a 5.5. How disappointing is that going to be, right? So you've consistently practiced for a band 6, but you end up getting a band 5.5. Is that band 6? No, it is a 5.5. So you need to take the test again. Let's avoid that situation. So if your required band score is a 6, keep your target at a 6.5 or maybe even a 7. The better it is, the higher you score. Now, how do we do this? How do I know where I stand? What do I do? All these things are clear. Academic test to be taken. Band 6 is what they accept. Band 7 is what I'm targeting. But where do I stand? So we need to start by taking a practice test. Now you will say, oh, I'll just start taking a practice test directly. Yes, I would say yes. Don't pressurize yourself too much. It is just a test. It's not going to kill you, right? It did not kill me back in the day when I thought about doing this. So it is not as hard as people think it is, provided you study well for it and you have a plan in place. So that's what we are going to talk about. You take a test, a practice test rather, and let's say you score a band 6.5 easily. Now to determine whether you are really at that level or it was just a one-off, take a couple more tests. If you are consistently doing well and if you are consistently getting a 6.5 or a 7, maybe even 4 or 5 times, you are well, very well there. But let's say you don't. Let's say your target was 7 and you're getting a 5.5 or a 6 consistently. Now, you've determined what your level is. You need to determine what the differences are. So you need a 7 because that's your target and you're getting a 5.5. What are your weak areas and what are your strong areas? Strong areas are good. Let's say you did very well when you were taking the reading or the listening test, but there was a little bit of a problem in writing and speaking. Now you need to study about what the test is. What is this test all about? What are the examiners looking for? What are the kinds of questions that come in the test? What kind of answers are they expecting? All these questions. So this is just for you to begin and put a plan in place and have a positive mindset that you can do it. And I'm sure you will do it if you work towards it. But if you want to really ask yourself, where do I begin? As I said, ask yourself the question on why, the purpose of the test, which test, the academic or the general test, and the institution or the entity you are applying at, what is the score that they need, and then just a little above that, your target score. And then you start off with a practice test. It's good to start off without knowing anything. It's all right. That'll just give you the natural English level you are at. That's how you begin. Thank you.